It's been a wonderful place to be. Also, there's a lot to be proud of here, and it's a great place to be.
Robert Redford, the iconic actor, director, and environmentalist who has captivated audiences for decades. With a career spanning over 60 years, Redford has become synonymous with Hollywood royalty. But beyond the spotlight, Redford's personal life has been a subject of fascination. Who is the lucky woman who has captured his heart? And how's the Hollywood legend doing these days? Join us as we take a look at who Robert Redford is married today. Sibylle Szaggars gave Redford whole new life. For those who transitioned into adulthood during the groovy 70s, Robert Redford's name was the gold standard for handsome. His chiseled features and captivating charm sparked swoons and sighs with even the sassy Sue Ann Nivens, played by the incomparable Betty White on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, frequently fanning the flames of desire with her racy Redford references. But Redford's allure extended far beyond his matinee idol good looks. This talented triple threat, actor, director, and producer, commanded the screen with a presence that was both captivating and nuanced. Though he may have bid farewell to the big screen after his memorable turns as Alexander Pierce in Captain America, The Winter Soldier, and Avengers Endgame. But Redford's love life remains pretty much alive, and the woman who's kept the fire burning is none other than Sibylle Szaggars. Both artists in their own right, the pair met in the late 90s at Redford's Sundance Mountain Resort. The legendary actor and the multimedia artist went on to wed in 2009 and have been together ever since. Redford and Szaggars have a lot in common. They are both environmental activists, and they have spent much of their relationship working alongside each other to protect the environment and advocating for environmental change through Szaggars' nonprofit, for which Redford serves as the vice president. In a candid moment at the 2014 Young Arts Salon, Sibylle Szaggars shared a charming story about her first encounter with Robert Redford. Invited to dinner with the Hollywood legend, Szaggars confessed she was unfamiliar with his films. Determined to be prepared, she embarked on a movie marathon, watching 15 minutes of each of his films just 2 nights before their dinner date. Ironically, Redford never brought up his movies during their evening together. Instead, he found Szaggars' lack of knowledge about his work refreshingly attractive. Despite their high-profile relationship, the couple maintains a fiercely private personal life. Redford rarely discusses their relationship publicly, but in a rare moment of openness, he describes Szaggars, who is 20 years his junior, as a very special person who has given him a whole new life. Szaggars has been a visual artist for over 40 years, channeling her passion for the environment through mediums such as oil painting, photography, and performance art, according to her website. Her work has been displayed worldwide, including in Europe, Monaco, Peru, Singapore, Japan, and the United States. Her love for art started with her painting and sketching as a young girl, inspired by her travels with her family. She admired the indigenous cultures and ancient lands she observed and felt inclined to immortalize them in art. Redford also spent some formative years in Europe. Before beginning his career in acting, Redford had wanted to be an artist and spent 18 months in Paris, painting and even sketching with chalk on sidewalks for tips. Redford was divorced from his first wife, Lola Van Wagenen, when he met Szaggars. But what were Redford's other marriages like? Let's find out. A dedicated family man. Robert Redford, the iconic actor, has led a storied personal life marked by 2 marriages, 4 children, and a deep commitment to conservation. Redford's first marriage was to Lola Van Wagenen in 1958, a union that lasted nearly 3 decades. The couple tied the knot in a private ceremony in Las Vegas on August 9, 1958, followed by a second reception at Lola's grandmother's home on September 12th. Together, they had 4 children: Scott Anthony Redford, Shauna Jean Redford, David James Redford, and Amy Hart Redford. Shauna, their eldest daughter, grew up to become a talented painter and married journalist Eric Schlosser. David, their son, was a writer and producer until his passing in 2020. Amy, their youngest, has followed in her father's footsteps as an actress, director, and producer. Redford and Van Wagenen's marriage ended in separation, though the exact date of their divorce remains unclear. Reports suggest they had been living apart for several years before their formal separation in 1985. As a devoted grandfather, Redford cherishes his 7 grandchildren. His dedication to family is matched only by his passion for environmental conservation, evident in both his personal life and illustrious career. Throughout his life, Redford has received numerous accolades for his contributions to the arts and environmental causes. His biography, Robert Redford: The Biography, written by Michael Feeney Callan, offers an intimate glimpse into his life, drawn from personal papers and diaries. Redford's life extends far beyond his cinematic achievements, embracing a life of love, family, and unwavering commitment to the environment, and someone special to Redford played a huge role in his life. So, who's this person? Let's find out. Robert Redford's mother changed his life. When people credit their success to their parents, it's often as a reverence, but in Redford's case, his mother truly changed his life. The somewhat unbelievable truth is that before Robert Redford was a celebrated Hollywood actor, he was just a restless kid in Los Angeles who allegedly stole beer for all-night drinking parties and was a member of a high school gang. However, the Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid star said it was his mother, Martha Hart, who encouraged him to change his life for the better. It was his mother who created the ultimate spark that led to the successful Redford we're familiar with today. And emotional Redford told audiences at the Sundance Film Festival Utah Women's Leadership Celebration that growing up, he had a lot of criticism, but only few people supported him. He added that his mother's support and love for him created a bond that stayed with him since he was a carefree child up until now. This bond has created the connection he feels towards women. While everyone else gave up on Redford, his mother kept faith in him. She believed that all things considered, she just had faith that he had something in him that was going to turn out well. The actor described his mother as the strong member of the family who always had a smile and was very, very adventurous. She came from Texas, and she carried that kind of robust, jocular goodwill, he said. She saw things in a positive light. Despite her support and love, Redford's mother didn't live to see her son achieve international success as a movie star, filmmaker, and philanthropist. She died at the young age of 40. Redford was only 18 at the time. Robert Redford opened up about his family's tragic past, revealing the devastating loss that shaped his early life. His mother's health struggles began after losing twin girls at birth, 10 years after Redford's own difficult birth. This traumatic event led to a blood disorder, which ultimately claimed her life. Doctors had warned Redford's mother about the risks of future pregnancies, but she was determined to build a family. Her resolve led to Redford's birth and later, another pregnancy that tragically ended in loss. In a nutshell, without her determination, Redford would not have been here in the first place. Redford reflected on his mother's passing with a mix of sadness and regret. It seemed so unfair, he acknowledged. As a child, Redford took his mother for granted, a common sentiment among children of his age. His greatest regret remains that she passed away before he could express his gratitude. Seeking solace and stability, Redford found comfort in Lola Van Wagenen, a young Mormon woman. The couple married when Redford was just 22. While acknowledging the positive reasons for their union, Redford candidly admitted that marrying Lola felt like a lifeline. In retrospect, it was to save my life, Redford confessed. That's what it felt like at the time. This poignant revelation offers a glimpse into Redford's formative years, marked by loss, longing, and the search for security and love. So, where did his journey start from? Let's delve into that. A failure at everything, born Charles Robert Redford Jr. on August 18, 1936, in a multicultural neighborhood in Santa Monica, California. Actor and director Robert Redford has proven to be one of the great talents in American film. He is equally at home behind the scenes as he is in front of the cameras. In addition to his own career, Redford has helped advance others in his field through the Sundance Institute and its related film festival. Redford's father was a milkman who later worked as an oil company accountant, an indication of where Redford inherited his versatility. Also, his outgoing mother had a passion for literature and films. Taken after his uncle, Redford excelled at sports during his youth, running track and playing tennis and football while also having a robust romantic life. In other arenas, however, Redford said he floundered. He confessed that he was actually a failure at everything he tried. He worked as a boxboy at a supermarket and got fired. Then his dad got him a job at Standard Oil, and he was fired again. Keeping a job wasn't the only thing Redford struggled with. He also had a few run-ins with the law for purloining hubcaps and sneaking onto other people's property to use their pools. In 1954, Redford graduated from Van Nuys High School. A year later, Redford would experience an immeasurable loss. His beloved mother died from septicemia, and a deeply grieving Redford felt lost emotionally. Driven by pain and immeasurable loss, Redford won a baseball scholarship to the University of Colorado. But not much changed with the man. He may have waved goodbye to the criminal life as he entered his late teens, following a run-in with the police, but that didn't mean he was ready to become an upstanding member of society. Indeed, while attending the University of Colorado, the future star built quite the party boy reputation. He became the campus drunk and blew out before he could ever get going. Some reports say he dropped out, while others say that Redford was expelled from the university. The truth later came out in his 2011 book, Robert Redford. The biography Michael Callan Feeney wrote, Redford had become beloved in the drinking circles, but was regarded as a loose cannon. The author doesn't mention exactly what went down in the Kappa Sigma fraternity that a young Redford belonged to, but it was revealed that he was kicked out of the college after just 18 months. Exactly what he did wasn't revealed. That only adds a further mystery to Redford's early life. In either case, he soon decided to move to Europe and become an artist. His time overseas was an eye-opening experience for the young Redford, who lived the life of a Bohemian and learned about art, culture, and international affairs. Redford's interactions with students in Paris proved to be very significant. Redford revealed that they would ask him questions about the Algerian War that was going on in the late 1950s, and he would have no clue what to say about a topic that was quite popular back then. This lack of political knowledge left Redford feeling humiliated. He was so ashamed that he didn't know much about his country's politics. When he returned to America a year and a half later, he was much more focused on his country culturally and politically. It's safe to say his voyage abroad had given birth to a man, someone who's more concerned about the happenings around him and how he can contribute. So, what did this change translate into? Let's find out. Redford poured himself into acting. After returning to the United States, Redford, now a changed and committed man, met Lola Van Wagenen in Los Angeles. The couple married in 1958 and lived in New York City, soon welcoming their first child. Redford studied first at the Pratt Institute and then the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, switching from design to acting. Then in 1959, he and his wife experienced a terrible loss when the couple's 5-month-old son, Scott, died of sudden infant death syndrome. A devastated Redford, who had not been raised to openly express emotional trauma, poured himself into his acting and started out his career in the theater. He first appeared on Broadway in the 1959 comedy Tall Story, followed by The Highest Tree later that year. He landed a substantial part in the 1960 drama Little Moon of Alban with Julie Harris, and then co-starred with Conrad Janis in another humorous outing, 1961's Sunday in the Park. Although he performed admirably in these roles, they didn't bring forth the successes he had hoped for. His biggest breakthrough came in 1963 with a leading role in Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park, directed by Mike Nichols. In the romantic comedy, Redford played Paul Bratter, a newlywed lawyer who establishes a Greenwich Village home with his wife Corey, a character that was portrayed by Elizabeth Ashley. This quickly catapulted Redford's reputation, and he'll go on to be a part of even greater projects. Redford did a good amount of TV work for a time and made his big screen debut in 1962's War Hunt. Still, the actor's film career didn't really take off until 1967, when he reprised his stage role as Paul in the film adaptation of Barefoot in the Park, opposite Jane Fonda. Redford then gave an iconic, star-making turn in the 1969 Western Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. In the film, he played the outlaw known as the Sundance Kid, while co-star Paul Newman portrayed Butch Cassidy. The two proved to be a dynamic duo on screen and forged a lasting friendship, with the movie enjoying both critical and commercial success. Not one to be typecast as a pretty boy, and quite particular about the tone of his projects, Redford sought out more challenging fare and avoided trading on his physical appeals. He tackled the sports drama Downhill Racer and the western Tell Them Willie Boy Is Here, both released in 1969. Another important film for Redford was the 1972 political drama The Candidate, a dark, satirical look at campaigning. As his career thrived, Redford sought refuge from the Hollywood scene. He had bought land in Utah in the 1960s, and he continued to add to his holdings there over the years. His love of land encouraged him to become active in environmental causes. In the 1970s, Redford even received death threats for his efforts to stop certain developments in Utah. Redford had a banner year in 1973 with two major hit films, The Way We Were and The Sting. In Sidney Pollack's Way We Were, Redford starred opposite Barbara Streisand in a drama that charts the ups and downs of one couple's relationship. For The Sting, Redford again joined forces with Newman to play con artists in 1930s Chicago. Redford received his first Academy Award nomination for the film. The middle of the decade saw the actor starring with Mia Farrow in the 1974 adaptation of The Great Gatsby, and then teaming up with Faye Dunaway in the 1975 CIA thriller 3 Days of the Condor, also directed by Pollack. Redford returned to political fare and scored another success with 1976's All the President's Men. He and Dustin Hoffman played reporters Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein in an acclaimed drama about the Watergate scandal. With 1980's Ordinary People, Redford showed that he was more than a movie idol, providing a heartbreaking look at a family torn apart by loss and grief. The film served as his directorial debut and starred Mary Tyler Moore, Donald Sutherland, and Timothy Hutton. Their drama brought Redford his first Academy Award, one for Best Director. Around this time, Redford helped establish the Sundance Institute, created to help and support independent filmmakers through workshops and other means. The Sundance Film Festival, previously established under a different moniker, then became a related platform for indie works to be viewed and promoted, hence positioned as an industry cornerstone for decades. A legacy of wealth and philanthropy. Sibylle Szaggars may have brought the spark and love into Redford's life. The actor, director, and environmental activist has a healthy amount of cash to also comfort him. Robert Redford is believed to be worth $170 million. One of Redford's real estate investments is the Sundance Mountain Resort in Utah, which was purchased through Sundance in 1968. It is an attractive resort which spans over 5,000 acres with luxury amenities and services, which has become a haven for outdoor enthusiasts and nature lovers. With its stunning views, diverse wildlife, and range of outdoor activities, the resort is designed with everyone in mind and currently said to be worth about $50 million. Besides Sundance, Redford has other properties in California and New York, including a Malibu beach house estimated to be worth $20 million and a Manhattan apartment estimated at $10 million. These are some of the astute investments that have boosted his overall net worth. Robert Redford also seems like quite an art lover, and as expected, his collection is quite impressive, boasting names like Ansel Adams, Georgia O'Keeffe, Pablo Picasso. The collection is estimated to worth within $10 million, and in addition to the portrayal of his love for art, Redford's refined and sophisticated aesthetic also highlights his interest in cultural conservation. This love for art is also reflected in his standing on issues concerning art education, advocating for the promotion of arts and creativity in general. Redford investments also involve profitable business ventures. Sundance Catalog Company, which operates as a mail-order catalog, also sells rustic, artisanal goods that are inspired by the resort's natural surroundings, along with merchandise crafted by artists. Redford has also given a part of his fortune to several charitable organizations, which major in environmental issues, arts and learning, and social causes. He has given to charities such as the Natural Resources Defense Council, Sierra Club, which cater to environmental issues. His passion for arts and learning is explained by his support for institutions such as Sundance Institute and the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. Redford has also embraced Native American causes and has donated to the American Indian College Fund, among other bodies. Robert Redford's worth of $170 million can be attributed to his career, investments, and perhaps philanthropy. Even as he remains one of the richest actors of all time, Redford will long be remembered for his work on both arts and the environment, which made him not only a classic Hollywood figure, but also an inspiring model for all those who care about the future of our world. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out another interesting video by clicking on the video shown on your screen. See you on the other side.